After the break, the comedy duo The Good Liars are here with their best of the worst Trump true believers of 2022.
Who would you rather have president, Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin?
Oh, Putin. Definitely.
Donald Trump is having one more event in 2022, a New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago tonight, where he's expected to make remarks to reporters. Our friends at The Good Liars have had the task of following the former president around this year to various MAGA events and talking to Trump's true believers. Here's a little taste of what they heard.
How do you all feel about the events of January 6th?
A lot of that was Antifa.
Really?
Yes.
Why would Antifa interrupt the certification of an election in which their candidate won? Wouldn't they want him to be certified?
They just want to disrupt in any way possible.
You think that Trump is actually still in power right now?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
So you think Biden is not the current president right now?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Never believed it.
So Trump is the current president right now?
Yes, sir.
So are you mad at Trump for the high gas prices?
No. It's not Trump's fault.
Whose fault is it then?
It's Joe. He's got to set all this.
But Joe
up.
Biden, where's Joe Biden? He said he's not president.
He's not the president.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is.
So how could the gas prices be his fault if he's not president?
What you don't understand what they're trying to do. They have to wake up the dingleberries that are still asleep.
He's in Gitmo. So.
Really? Who else is in Gitmo besides Anthony Fauci?
You know, you got Hollywood there, you've got politicians, you've got elites. The Clintons are there, the Obamas are there. You know, it goes on and on.
The Good Liars, DeVrom Stiefler and Jason Selvig joining me now. All right, DeVrom, that is a pretty fair representation of what you found when it comes to Trump supporters, this disconnect from reality?
Yeah, I think the battle is always trying to figure out what people are taking as truth there. And I wouldn't say that's the majority, but I would say that a decent, sample size of the people you talk to will say something like that if you talk to them longer than a couple of minutes. So I think there is definitely a battle over, truth and fact right now.
There's something about this that is so laughable, but you almost can't laugh because it's also very sad and upsetting to think how many people have these opinions. I'd also like to play an extraordinary moment that you captured with one man wearing a T-shirt with the Confederate flag on it.
Why would anybody want to erase our heritage?
Well, some people would say that flag symbolizes racism, it symbolizes slavery, and they might have some valid points there.
That's their opinion, they're welcome to their opinion if they want it.
Are you pro-slavery or against slavery?
I have no comment, but thank you for the interview.
I'll give you one more chance. Pro or anti-slavery?
No comment.
I'll give you one more opportunity to say if you're pro or anti-slavery.
No comment.
You didn't want to say he's against slavery, Jason?
Yeah, I didn't think the toughest question I would ask this year would be, are you against slavery? And of all the people we talked to, that maybe shocked me more than the others. Some of the people that said Joe Biden really isn't president and saying all these QAnon theories. Because is slavery good or bad? The answer is bad. You are against slavery. And I gave him 3 chances and he decided no comment would be good enough. But that was a really interesting time. That was at the NRA convention outside Houston after the Uvalde shooting. And everyone there was very pro Second Amendment, which, is the Second Amendment of the United States of America, not the Confederacy. This guy was still championing the Confederacy after all these years. It was truly shocking.
DeVrom, you've had a similarly baffling moment with a man who believed the false claims that schools are providing kitty litter to students who identify as cats. Let's listen to that.
So you haven't personally seen it?
I haven't personally seen it, no.
Okay. Because
yeah, I know. But if you talk to the students, they even say that it's been going on. And
have you talked to the students and they said they saw it?
Some friends of ours, their kids, yeah.
They saw students dressed as cats.
Yes.
And then they said that there had to be litter boxes in the high schools?
In the bathrooms, they have to have litter boxes.
Unbelievable. It's almost I can't even believe it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe.
Where are these people that you talk to largely getting their information from?
I don't know. And considering the guy was kind of dressed as an eagle himself, I thought it was pretty bizarre that he was so against other people wearing costumes. But obviously, the whole thing here is that it's just like not happening, or people take one, really out there story or sliver of fact and run with it. And going back and forth with this guy, he could not say where he had heard it. He clearly didn't want to throw anyone else under the bus. He was just excited about it and telling everybody that this is true and it's something to be outraged about, but could not say a single fact about it.
That's the trend that you see a lot with these interviews, is they can't really fully explain them out. And then when you get them into a corner, they tend to change the subject. I want to play another one here. This is an issue that you already mentioned here, guns.
More people and more crime is committed and more people are killed with hammers every year than guns. Look at the facts.
I will look that up. I don't think that's true, actually.
That is true.
In the United States, though?
Yes, sir. That is true. Look it up. It's on. You can Google it. It's true. It's actually true.
So the number of murder victims and the weapons used. Okay, number one, handguns, 8,029. Number two, firearms, type not stated, 4,863. Number three, knives or cutting instruments, personal weapons, fists, feet. Then rifles at 455. Then blunt objects, clubs, hammers, 393. The 300, the hammers, that stat is just wrong.
Back to your question, Second Amendment is still my right and it's still important to me.
Okay, so basically I got it wrong, but I just don't care, Jason.
Yeah, that was eye-opening, because at the end of the conversation with this gentleman, I asked him, so now that you know this hammer statistic is not true, are you going to stop telling people it? And he said no. He said he heard that years ago and he's going to continue to tell people it, which is a little terrifying, because a large percentage of the country, they believe something that's not true. They believe the 2020 election was stolen, and no facts are going to change their opinion, even if you put them out right in front of them like we did. We Googled, we looked at the website together, and still he believed something, even though the facts were told right to his face.
It is jaw-dropping and depressing to think that that could be true and that they'll continue to do that. Look up their Twitter page for the Good Liars, because there's so much more on there. They get up and close with politicians as well, which is fascinating to learn of some of their encounters. We're going to have to leave it here, though. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. DeVrom and Jason, we really appreciate it. Fascinating, scintillating conversation. Coming up